Hey, what's happening, family? It's your man, Mark Black. I am not going to make this one a big broadcast because I'm basically co-signing Sister Yvette and the little blurb that she spoke on uh, tonight, talking about the gerrymandering situation. If you're not familiar, the Supreme Court today, in a 5-4 ruling, basically stated that they would not address gerrymandering. Now, gerrymandering is simple. It's basically the division of political districts, electoral districts along partisan lines, right? Basically redrawing the lines of various electoral districts in order to disproportionately benefit one political party over another one, or to the detriment of a particular political party, right? Now, the sister explained it really well, so I'm going to also include a link to her video in the description field of this one when this uploads. But I wanted to just reinforce, if I could, something that she mentioned during the broadcast. She stated that because our old way of political engagement it's a focus on getting somebody at the table, right? Getting somebody in the room. We have failed to understand that simply having people in the room without the capability to have influence, either through those people sitting at the table or through other processes and procedures, we essentially have a situation where we have people who are supposedly representing us sitting at the table. In other words, we have representation, but we have no influence. Essentially, we have a spot at the table and no food to eat. And this is primarily due to the fact that we as ADOS folk have often been told that we need to get more people in. We need to get more black faces in there, more ADOS people in there. When point of fact, every gain that we have ever made as a people in this nation has been through a push from the grassroots, right? From you and I organizing together and applying heat to whomever is in office. Now, for those of you who are relatively politically savvy, the fact that the Supreme Court will essentially just allow gerrymandering to continue unabated might dishearten you. But I want to remind you of one important thing, right? Regardless of whoever it is that is in office, isn't the ultimate goal for us as ADOS people is to have legislation, laws, resources, etc., directed our way? Or is it just simply to have a black face sitting at the table, right? If the whole goal is to ensure that we have somebody that looks like us sitting at the table, well, then we can continue politics as usual, right? We can simply focus on particular candidates in various districts, and they'll be spread all over the place, each of them having a bare minimum of influence due to the fact that they're going to be a minority in any political structure, in any political position, whether the House or the Senate or what have you. Or we can come together, organize around our lineage, get to the point where we all, as a collective, as best we're able, have an agenda in front of us and are willing to apply pressure and light the fire under any candidate, no matter who they are, whether D or R, that's sitting in a particular office in any particular district, right? We've understood politics 101 at this point, right? Asking the key questions: who you, who benefits, right? Follow the money, things like that, right? We understood politics 102, right? Which is organizing as a block, right? Using our votes strategically and things like that. But this decision takes us into phase 3 of our political education as ADOS, right? This decision takes us into the phase of boots on the ground, organization, transformational politics, initially localized, but organized together on a national level to apply pressure to politicians, regardless of their political or party affiliation across the board. And that has to be our next step. So don't be disheartened. Don't be worried or stressed out over this decision. Yes, is it a bad decision? You're damn right it is. Right? It's not as if the Supreme Court hasn't had or displayed a willingness to exercise a bit of judicial, legislating from the bench, so to speak, when it comes to things that they really feel are important. But this one is just a throwaway. This was a gimme to the powers that be. Fine. As ADOS, we have to develop political stratagems, political tactics that do not depend on a particular candidate or a particular face having representation at the table. Representation is not enough. What we need is to develop the grassroots structures to apply pressure to gain influence. That's all I wanted to say, family. Try as best you can to enjoy the debates tonight. Hopefully, Marianne Williamson will get to say something interesting. I know a lot of you out there are looking to find out what she's got to say, and be joining me for Sucker Free Saturday, right? This Saturday at 4:30 p.m. PDT, right? As always. So until the next time, I want to wish you all love, peace, prosperity, and power. Real power to our people.